The Afghan withdrawal. Holy shit, guys. This is bad, okay? We needed to get out of Afghanistan, but we needed a better fucking plan. Like, dude, we're killing our allies right now. You think when the Taliban does those passport and papers checks, they're letting those people through? There's a ton of people that aren't making it through. And I'm certain they're not alive. You know, there was one guy that was reporting he was moving his whole family every 3 hours, and he was begging for the U.S. to get him out of there. We should never have left that country before we got our assets out. Our diplomats, everybody, we should have gotten them out first. And we could have done that months ago. We could have done that months ago. Like, we could have still left right now and gotten those people out months ago. We didn't do that. I don't know what general or what advisor had their fucking head up their ass, but why would they pull out and then try to pull out their assets in the middle of a power vacuum? Like, seriously, what the fuck were they thinking? Did they not think people were going to die? You got people hanging off of fucking airplanes. Yeah, 600 people, standing room only in a fucking cargo plane. A C-13, C-16? Cargo plane. This isn't the way we're supposed to be getting out of these situations. Yeah, and I'm not big on foreign occupation. As a matter of fact, I vehemently oppose it. I think we need to stay the fuck out of other countries. And people keep asking, well, why did it fall so quick? Why did it fall so quick? You know, we were there for 20 years. You would have thought we would have done some nation building. You know what? Maybe some countries don't work with Western-style democracy. Maybe we just need to accept the fact that some countries do not want our brand of governing. We keep trying to force our way of life on other people. And then wonder why they get so fucking pissed at us for going into their country, dictating to them what they need to do with their fucking country. All the meantime, we are stripping their precious minerals, which Afghanistan has a ton of, and their opium. I actually find it really interesting that we decide to pull out of Afghanistan only after the Sackler family gets busted for all their bullshit with OxyContin. Where were we getting the opium from? It wasn't from the U.S. We were getting the opium from Afghanistan. This was a poor operation. We literally have the Taliban running interference for U.S. military, and we trust that. Now, I do think that, I will say that I think that Biden was put in kind of a shit situation because it sounds like Trump was making deals with the Taliban that I don't think most of the United States would have been okay with, not with having spent 20 years there. Of course, I think we should get out, but I think that we should have gotten out a little more strategically. But yeah, we did really fuck up withdrawing from there. We really did fuck up women's rights for Afghan women. There's already one woman that's been murdered for not wearing a niqab. Not a burqa, a niqab, the full-on face and everything. I mean, they're in so much fear. The salons in Kabul actually painted over all the pictures that they had on the outside, you know, how they have all their advertisements and stuff on salons. All the pictures of the women whose faces weren't covered, they painted over all that shit. White paint. It looks so weird because these beautiful salons, like on the outside, big, like, nice embellishments on the buildings and shit like that. Really, I mean, beautiful. They look like beautiful buildings with white ass paint right over the fucking window. That seems superficial, but that is just an example of how scared these women were. They did that before the Taliban even got to Kabul. How do you pull out, right? How do you pull out of that country and do it in a way that works with women's rights intact? I don't know that you can, and I think that's part of the problem. You can't. There's not feasibly a way to do it. So, I mean, in one sense, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. But there should have been a way, they should have set up a means by which people could have chosen to leave and been safe leaving before they did this shit. We can't be the world police forever, though. That's the thing. We can't stay in Afghanistan indefinitely. Ultimately, we can help those people leave. If there's a transition in government like we saw, what we should have been able to do is execute an exit plan for those men and women and children and, you know, those who assisted us in leaving. I mean, if the country falls because we're walking away, and the country went into turmoil because of our interference, that's on us. That's on us. That's not on the Afghan people or the Afghan government at that point. They relied on us. And we need to also have some account for that, you know. We can't turn a blind eye to our own faults. But we will. That's because that's the whole idea behind American exceptionalism, you know. That's what it's all about. We're the best, everybody else sucks, right? And it's such a dangerous piece of rhetoric to continue to push. Whether it's our interventionism in other countries, whether it's our student loan program that's hobbling people, you know, or it's climate change. We have work to do. We can't just sit down on the job. We need to get active. It's just getting to the point where it's nuts. Like, we have to take back control of our country in a way that's responsible.